Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP turned Super Saiyan on his wife's affair partner. Let's begin. I regret beating up the man my wife cheated on me with. Posted by Reddit user Imaginary Safety 6429.
I found out my wife had been cheating on me 2 years ago. A mutual friend pointed out some suspicious behavior and suggested I confront her. I came home unexpectedly early by design and caught them in our bed. While he dressed and tried to leave, she broke down and started trying to explain herself. At the time, I was so angry that all I wanted was to hurt something. I've never considered myself the type of man to hit a woman, so I followed the guy out and beat him before he could get into his car. I left him there, bleeding and hurt, and stayed with my brother for a while. Over time, I came to realize that there were a lot of problems with our marriage. I wasn't supporting her the way I should have been, and she had been distant with me. The cheating wasn't just another problem. It was a symptom of all the problems we already had with communication, expressing affection, and initiating connection. We weren't putting any work into our relationship, and we were falling out of love. She cheated, and I ignored it in her. We went to counseling together and started putting in real effort to tackling our problems and building our relationship. It's been just over 2 years of hard work, but now we're better than we've ever been. Recently, my wife told me that she truly appreciates how calm and self-aware I was when I caught her cheating, and that just removing myself from the situation had been more maturity and grace than she deserved at the time. At once, I both realized she didn't know what I had done to that man and was reminded of my regret. I had felt bad about it before, but I justified it because they had hurt me first and I was just staking claim or whatever on my woman. Now, that isn't doing it for me anymore. I feel regret for the physical harm I caused this man I didn't know. This man who in my mind was just a symptom of and a wake-up call to the problems with my marriage. I feel like a violent, cruel man for hurting him as badly as I did. And I feel like a liar for letting my wife believe I had that maturity and grace to leave, when really I had the opposite. This is beginning to really eat at me, but I don't know who I could tell when I'm so ashamed of myself.
OP. Oh, OP, you donut, you fucking idiot. You literally beat up a random dude and then turned around and took the cheater back. You should have thrown both of them out mostly naked mid-afternoon and had a lawyer draw up the divorce papers the very same day. But what did you do? You wasted more years of your life, wasted more money, and wasted more of your efforts. For what? For a cheating bitch? Your wife literally had sex with someone else in your own bed, and you are the one ashamed of yourself? Really? The self-esteem, the self-respect, and the self-love of today's average man. It's something else. It's something else, I gotta say. Oh man, humanity is so fucked. Anyways, it's time for today's second story. My friend is cheating on her husband, and knowing about it makes me feel guilty. Posted by Reddit user MinimumBench3873.
I am not sure if this is the correct place to post this. My friend and coworker is cheating on her husband. Me and my boyfriend frequently hang out with them as they are a fun couple to hang out with. A few months ago, she started talking to this guy. At first, she said he creeped her out, but as time went on, they got very friendly. She started texting and calling him all the time. She would step out of work to just chat with him on the phone, and she sees him almost every day. For months, this emotional affair has gone on. She is in so deep. She is getting him a birthday present and says things like, I better be the only girl besides his wife. About a week ago, she told me that she has also started having sex with this guy. I asked if she's worried about getting caught, and she said she is confident that she won't because the guy she is cheating with is also married. They have a mutual understanding that you don't call at certain hours, and she deletes all evidence off of her phone. At first, I was telling my boyfriend about this, but he asked me to stop telling him because he is friends with her husband, and he feels guilty knowing this and then hanging out with him. So I haven't told him anything about it since it first started going on. I also feel guilty for knowing all of this and looking at her husband like everything is fine. I feel sorry for him. Her and her husband have been together for 8 years. She has talked about having children with him in the future. She says she loves her husband, and she doesn't know why she can't cut off contact with this guy. I have expressed many times how wrong what she's doing is, and I have also expressed concern that she will get caught and her life will be ruined. Sometimes I feel guilty for knowing all of these details and not sharing them with my boyfriend. Even though he requested I tell him nothing about it, I can't help but feel like I am also lying and hiding things. I feel like an accomplice and I don't know what to do. I don't know how long she plans to keep this up, but I feel like our friendship will be ruined over this because this has been eating me up with guilt. Update. I have read a lot of the comments and am continuing to do so, but I want to clarify a few things. First, everyone is calling me a bad friend to the husband, but I wouldn't call the husband a friend. He is simply my friend's husband. I do not hang out with them for him, I hang out with them for my friend. I also misspoke and shouldn't have said the husband and my boyfriend are friends. They just get along well, but they don't interact outside of the times our whole friend group gets together. Acquaintance is probably a better word for our relationship with the husband. We maybe see him once a month for a night out. Second, I truly do not think it is my place to tell the husband. If roles were reversed, I would not expect my boyfriend's friends to tell me that he is cheating. They are his friends, not mine. Would it be hurtful knowing that people knew about it? Yes, it would be humiliating. But I did not do this to him, she did. I did not tell people about it, she did. I do believe she will be caught. The truth always comes out, but it won't be coming from me. There is no avoiding her at work. There is no HR, as it is a small business, and any sort of gossip spreads like wildfire because we work with such a limited number of people. I will not be punished for someone else's actions. Everyone is also very concerned about what my boyfriend will think. I have full confidence that he knows me and my character enough to know I do not think this is okay. I have expressed my disgust to him about the situation in the past, and he requested to not hear about it, so I didn't tell him anything else. But since everyone was very adamant that this is lying by omission, I decided to tell him everything I know and how I feel about it. He agrees that it's not our place to tell the husband, and if you feel like that makes us bad people, then so be it. With all of that being said, I will be telling my coworker that I do not want to hear about her affair anymore. I will tell her I think it's wrong and I don't want to be involved in it. I can't cut her off completely because we see and have to interact with each other every single day. I have to keep it cordial. I appreciate everyone's thoughts on the situation, and I can understand if you don't agree with my decision. I do see where you are all coming from, but I have to make what I think is the best choice for myself.
OP, you are an accomplice. Stop making all of these ridiculous excuses for yourself to make it look like you are a good and moral individual. It doesn't matter if the husband is your friend or not. The point is, you're a terrible human being for keeping this from him and then had the audacity to hang out with the dude, knowing full well his wife's despicable actions. There are just some things in this world that you are supposed to do simply because it is the right thing. This was one of them. Your behavior and decision about this whole ordeal is simply disgusting, both yours and your boyfriend's. And now for today's final story. Am I the asshole for not giving the wedding present I promised because I was invited? Posted by Reddit user thenCupcake2999.
It was invited to a wedding of an acquaintance of mine named Molly a few months ago. I'm not super close to her or her fiance, but I love weddings, so I said yeah, I'll go. Now, the relevant part here is that I have a very good career and make an excellent living. Plus, I love giving gifts and splurging a bit. So, I spoke with Molly and her fiancé and promised them a custom-made gaming PC since they game together. They were very happy and thanked me a lot. The price of the PC would come out to be a little over $1,500, not counting the monitor I was willing to throw in. 2 months ago, Molly told me that unfortunately I had to be uninvited to the wedding as part of a cost-cutting measure. She apologized but assured me it was only because of cost. I was upset, but let it go. Then I found out a week or so later from a mutual acquaintance that was still going that Molly told her she had to cut people because she needed invites for some of the groom's family who decided to come. I was pissed, so I decided to not give Molly the PC I promised. Molly's wedding happened 2 weeks ago, and from what I can tell, it was a nice ceremony. Afterwards, she actually texted me asking if we can talk about when the PC would arrive. I asked if we could call. She said yes. I told her that since I didn't go to the wedding that I wasn't going to get her a gift. We had a long argument where she said I was being petty and that I was holding it against her that I couldn't come, and that I made a promise. I didn't tell her what I knew because I wanted to protect the person who told me. She called me a petty asshole and complained to our friend group. I explained to a few select people the whole story. Most agreed with me, but some said that weddings cause people to make very tough decisions that aren't personal. Now I'm doubting myself. Maybe it wasn't personal and I'm just being petty, but she did lie to me and uninvited me while still expecting an expensive gift from me. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
OP, your coworker is delusional if she expects an acquaintance who was uninvited to still give her a gift. The real reason she's pissed is because it's an expensive gaming PC. If she was expecting a small gift from you, there would be no issue here. She realized she has lost an awesome gift and she's fucking pissed about it. And a gift of that magnitude? For a mere acquaintance? Seriously, OP, Can I have your email address? I want to be acquainted with you. I sincerely want to be your friend. Hit me up. Uncle Patsun needs a new PC. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to Patsun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.